hundreds of hours of my life looking at screenshots, leaks, patents, you name it. And surprisingly, we have a ton of information on GTA 6. So naturally, as creators and fans of the game, we tend to focus on diving deep into this information and squeeze out every last bit of juice from the orange. But while doing this, I realized that no matter how hard I look or what bit of leaked video I stare at for hours, there's an absolute metric shit ton of questions that I have about what we get as far as a finished product come November of 2026. Now today I want to talk about something that Rockstar may be intentionally not showing us for reasons unknown. Maybe it's not developed yet, maybe they're saving for a future trailer, or maybe there's a huge surprise somewhere in the mix. Now if you're new to this channel, welcome. We talk all things GTA 6, and for everyone else, you already know the deal. I'm Sav, this ain't your average YouTube clickbait. Let's dive in. So I want to start with the obvious. Rockstar has shown us quite a bit of Leonida, from the nightlife of Vice City to the marshes of the grasslands. I could spend hours breaking down every detail learned from the screenshots and trailers about the map. In fact, for those that don't know, there's a huge team of people dedicating their time and energy to giving us the closest rendition of the GTA 6 map as possible, based on the information that we have. It's called the Mapping Project, and hours have been poured into scrutinizing every shadow and every pixel of skyline to give us this. Thanks to Dupsor, Rick, Fido De Lemieux, Yanis, and a whole Discord of other contributors, we have a window into the world of Leonida. Now, the details these folks were able to discover and map out is astonishing. They can triangulate and map locations using screenshots, leaked Rage Engine coordinates, stills from the trailers, and even a custom-made Python script. It's quite impressive, and if you want to learn more about it and hear from one of the mappers, Salco505, you can go check out this video by my friend Jetro. The link will be in the description. He did a fantastic job of interviewing Salco, which, by the way, has his own YouTube channel of his own, where he breaks down the mapping project in smaller sections. Both creators have done a ton of great work for the GTA community, and I highly recommend checking them out. But one of the more interesting parts of this particular conversation is when Salco explains that even with all the leaks, screenshots, and hard work these guys have been doing, there are still a lot of unknowns. Mainly some coastal areas, the green between the cities, and the entire northern edge of the map. Now this has led to widespread speculation on what we can expect. Are we looking at an island-style map surrounded by water like in GTA 4 and 5, or are we getting something different for the first time in nearly 25 years? We have to go all the way back to 2001 with GTA 3 to see a GTA map connected to a larger landmass. This particular conversation has sparked countless debates in the community on what Rockstar could do, like the ones we've had in numerous roundtable episodes, but most notably episode 1. The link is down in the description. But I personally like the idea of a landmass connected map. I like this idea for a few reasons. First is that if there's any likelihood of a future map expansion, I would rather it be something Rockstar can drop into a zone or an area that we couldn't previously access for one reason or another. Let me put it this way. What would be more game-breaking for you, seeing an island randomly sprout out from the ocean overnight, or a military removing a blockade of a highway leading to a newly explorable city further inland? This could be an easy way to keep players out, and they've done it before in Red Dead Redemption 2. You remember those invisible crack-shot snipers that would dust off trespassers? If the military has a section of land quartered off for exercises, lockdowns, or some kind of man-made or natural disaster, it would make logical sense to get shot down in a chopper or violently murdered if you try to blow the checkpoint. The second reason I like this idea is that it tracks with what is shared in the early development reports. For example, we already know at this point that the original plan for GTA 6 was to involve parts of North and South America. That's no secret, and it had to be scaled back for more efficient development. If you go back as far as 2022, the plan, according to Bloomberg, was to develop an add-on to the map post-launch. The big 2022 leak confirmed this, with Project Americas being the main file name used across multiple video files. But the third and arguably most pipe dream reason that I like this idea is that if Rockstar has some secret plan to use GTA 6 as a launching pad for the dream that they have wanted to fulfill for years now, Leonida might actually just be the beginning. What dream, Sav? What are you talking about? Worry not, my friend, I'm about to tell you, but first, I want to take 10 seconds to say this. I have a new YouTube channel where I make all kinds of gaming content. Check it out in the link below. This is also a reminder to smash the like button, and if for some crazy reason you aren't subscribed, like the 73% of you watching my content, the subscribe button is right down below. Okay, baby birds, if you didn't already know, Rockstar has had a pipe dream goal for a long time of eventually, at some point, maybe, developing a much larger connected world, allowing players to travel from city to city and experience modern versions of places like Vice City, Liberty City, San Andreas, and more. Don't believe me? Well, try this on for size. Of course, at some point, we would like to have one big world containing all of our cities and let the player fly between them and revisit their favorite areas. And in that context, reimagining Vice City would be very interesting. Now, who said that? Well, that would be none other than Leslie Benzies. If you aren't familiar, Benzies was the lead producer and one of the most powerful creative production figures in Grand Theft Auto's history. He worked on everything from GTA 3 at DMA Design, all the way through GTA 5 and every GTA in between. He was the man responsible for shipping the finished product and designing it in a way that worked. So he knew the constraints of the system and what they could and couldn't accomplish. Now, to be fair, he no longer works at Rockstar, and in fact, he started his own studio called Build a Rocket Boy, and in June of 2025 launched the infamous Mind's Eye, which we don't have time to discuss what a catastrophic failure that was, so take it for what it is. But Benzies did say we want to have one big world, not I. So could it still be the plan? I wouldn't rule it out. So if Rockstar is planning on making an expanded map, making Leonida connected to a larger landmass makes perfect sense. And maybe that's why we're seeing license plates from other states as a mini tease, and that while maybe not at launch, but at some point down the road, these places might be connected. So hiding the northern edge of the map would make a bit more sense in that context. I can't think of a better way to do it. Maybe you can. Let me know down in the comments. It's also entirely possible that it's just another island-style map with nothing more than some sandy beaches and a quiet town or two to the north. But it is strange that Rockstar seems to be guarding this one area in particular that just so happens to be the gateway from Florida to the rest of America. And with Rockstar spending so much time and money on the development of this game, combined with the lifecycle potential and the new games as a service model increasing in popularity over the last 10 years, I can totally see Leonida being the first in a string of new states or cities added to the map in coming years. And don't even get me started on Gloriana or Liberty City, or this goes off the rails fast. So the question now becomes this: if Rockstar has been thinking this way for years, why hasn't it happened already? And the answer is honestly way less exciting than people want it to be. Technology, memory, streaming, systems, and Rockstar's obsession with polish. Because every time Rockstar has pushed the scale forward, they've immediately run into a wall somewhere else. San Andreas gave us multiple cities, but we all remember the trade-offs. GTA 4 scaled things back hard in favor of density, physics, and simulation, and GTA 5 found a middle ground, but even then the map was built with very clear edges and limitations. Rockstar has never chased size for the sake of size. They chase believable worlds, and believable worlds are expensive. But not just financially, computationally as well. A massive connected landmass isn't impressive if it's empty, lifeless, or full of copy-paste systems. Rockstar knows that better than anyone. A bigger map means more NPC logic, more traffic systems, more AI routines, more world simulation running all at the same time, an entire internal, unseen, but heavily coded infrastructure. And for most of GTA's history, the hardware simply wasn't there to support that vision without compromise. But now things are different. We're looking at a game that has been reportedly in development for nearly a decade, built for hardware that can stream worlds in ways that simply weren't possible before. Backed by a company that understands that GTA in the modern era is more than a one-time release. It's something they're going to sell multiple versions of for multiple systems, and a platform that will live on for years. GTA Online proved that. So it stands to reason that GTA 6 is the first time all of these things line up at once. Leonida doesn't need to be everything. It just needs to be built in a way that allows more to exist later on without breaking immersion. And that brings us back to Leslie Benzies. The important part of that quote was never one big world. It was the mindset behind it. Rockstar has always thought long term, and Benzies may be gone, but the philosophy didn't walk out the door with him. GTA has always pushed the limits, and each game solves problems that the last one exposed. GTA 6 feels like the first time that Rockstar is building with the future actively in mind. Now, I'm not saying that this is for sure happening, so manage your expectations, guys. Most of you are grown-ups, act accordingly. It's not my fault if you get too excited and crash out if something doesn't get delivered. All I'm saying is this: for the first time in the franchise's history, Rockstar is in a position where a connected landmass, long-term expansion, and a living world that grows over time actually makes sense. Technically, creatively, and financially. Now, whether they choose to walk through that door or not is still an open question, but make no mistake, that door exists. That's all I got for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed the content. If you made it this far, drop a green heart in the comments. I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I will see you guys in 2026.